Okay, here a little tutorial on how to put a motif along a path. So first what we want to do is we will have to create a motif. And for creating a motif, uh, the nicest is that it works from out of the center of a pattern. So I'll create here something, and what we'll do is I use a guideline because that way I can have my start. I'll turn on the mouse highlighter for a moment. Okay, so we want that a start point and the end point of our motif are gonna be on the same level. Then it will work a little bit in an angle too, but the best thing is that it's on the same line. So there's different ways you can build it, but I'll go and build it this way for a moment. I'll turn snapping off here for a second, and I will go and create here a few lines and click, and I'm going back. This will not be perfect, but this is just for demonstration purpose and that you're getting an idea on how to go about it. So now I'm going and pull my curves a little bit. So this looks like a little bit of a flower motif. Your perfection can come in better. Okay, then what we go and do is we go and select it, and then we right click on it and go and copy. Now we have the next step. Say now I have a path where I want to have that motif on. Then I go and create my path, and let's go and give it a curve, and we can do that whatever way. We can even make a rectangle to a certain point. It doesn't really matter what kind of shape you're gonna put it on. Then what we will do is we will go to the path effects, and okay, my path effects, we can see that here on the top, that is the path effects, and then we click on the plus, add a path effect. Okay, mine pops up in on my other monitor, so I'll drag it over, and then where you look for all these path effects, they are in alphabetical order. So depending on how your screen is, on where it's gonna show up, that could be in a different position. But you go and look for the pattern along path, and then you click on pattern along path. And as you can remember, we made a copy of our motif. Then what we will do is here, pattern copies, single stretched. We go and to the down arrow, and we go to the repeated. And then we go and click paste path. And there we have our flower motif along the path. And the width, that can be changed a little bit if you want to have it show up a little different. And the spacing can be changed, so we can work with the spacing. If we make that bigger, you will see that we will get less flowers, but it may not quite end up to the end. Also, we can still manipulate the path so that we can make adjustments on the path. And say we come to a point where we are satisfied, then I want to show you one more thing here. I'll go and zoom in for a moment because we made an adjustment on the spacing, and we made that here at 2, and as you can see there is a space in between these objects. So in order to adjust for that, then what you want to do is have a close look at it and then go here, fuse nearby ends, and we go and up that number, and that number, as you can see, that even at 2, that is the same as with the spacing. That's not enough. If we go 210, and now we want to look close, now we can see that all the holes are closed up, and that's what we want. So now we have that. Then what we will go and do is, as this is selected, then we go to the stroke style and we change it to the dotted line, and then we can go extension, ink stitch, params. I will drag over my stuff, and there you can see you have a stitch pattern along, and it's all stitched out in one pass. No jumps, no nothing. So I'll quit this one and close. So there you have with the center. So now we'll go and we can go and make another one quickly for a second, and I will go and use my Bezier tool, and I go here and I'll just go and do something randomly and go and enter. Okay, now I want to make sure that my start and stops are properly on the guideline. So I'll drag that one over and it will snap, because I turned the snapping on, it will snap onto the guideline. And now I will go and select it, and I'll go copy, and I'll go and select this one, and let's see, my path effects, and I go and paste. There you can see now I have the whatever, the crown or whatever you want to call it, I have another shape. And it doesn't, okay, if I now go, and as you can see, like now I went to the node select tool. With the previous pattern, we had the start and end point on the right on the path line. Now, because of this pattern, because we have the start and the end point, we have on the same level, but it will put it on the center of the path. So I don't think we can, let's see, what is this offset? You see there, with changing the offset, we can go and set the start point and the end point. We can bring that back onto the path line. So there you go, and then extension, ink stitch, params, and I'll move this over, do a restart. There you can see. So whatever image or stitch or motif you can think of, you can go and make it happen. Some of them, because you want that you have to have a start and an end point. So sometimes what you will have to do is, I'll zoom in a little closer, that say now I'm kind of going similar, and I want that pattern also to be all the way on the bottom, and that can easily be done, but then what you end up on the bottom, you have here now the option to go straight across, but then you're gonna have a line going through the star, so you can go this way and finish it up, but you also have the option and then you're gonna end up having a double stitch on the bottom part. So then what we can do is we can go and add some notes for that matter. So then we have to watch a little bit and then we're snapping on, then you can line them up perfectly on the path coming back. So now we have to double check for a moment if we are properly centered. So then we go and make sure that that one is on the line. Hey, why isn't that one letting me pick it up? Oh, there were two nodes on top of each other. That's why. So now it works, and they're the same thing. I like to have that on the same line also. Okay, there we go. And now I will go and select that one and go and copy. Now I go and select that path again, and I go and paste, and now you can see we have a starry pattern. And now we go extension, ink stitch, params, and there you have the starry pattern along a path. So whatever you can think of, you can make it. And what you can do is go and create create one file with all kinds of motifs, and then you can just save your motifs, and whenever you want to use a certain motif, you can just copy it out of that one file and copy it into your design where you're working on. Because here you can link it to a path, you can paste, you can copy a path, so there's all kinds of ways that you can do it. But play with these numbers and see what they do for you, and make yourself comfortable with it. Okay, happy digitizing, and we'll see you in one of the next ones. Okay, have fun.